Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this installment of the Renegade of Wrestling. I am your host, JJ Williams, and instead of bringing you indie coverage this week, I'm actually going to bring to you my thoughts and predictions for tomorrow's TNA Turning Point. Let me see. The Wikipedia page has got this so out of sorts as far as, main event matches and whatnot, so I'm just going to start with what they have listed at number 9 and go to what they have listed as number 1, even though it's probably not the main event, and just deal with the way Wikipedia has it sorted out for me. Mr. Anderson and Abyss versus Bully Ray and Scott Steiner in a tag team match. Well, clearly put, based off of Impact this past week, and the team of Anderson, Abyss, and Hardy getting the upper hand going into the pay-per-view, I've got to say I think Bully Ray and Scott Steiner will probably end up cheating and getting the victory in this one. Abyss just made his face turn, so it would make sense for him to continue the momentum, especially if they're going to maybe push him to a possible title match against Roode. But right now, I think that Bully Ray and Scott Steiner are, like I said, they're going to find some way to cheat, and they're going to end up getting the victory in this one. TNA Television Championship match, Eric Young versus Robbie E. Here's my problem with this one. I really like Eric Young. EY's my homie. I love EY. But I think that he's making that belt a joke. Now, on the other hand, Robbie E., or should I call him Zack Ryder version 2.0, is also a joke. But I think I would rather see the television championship on Robbie E. right now, especially since he's got Big Robbie T as his backup for a nice little push, than I would see it on EY. EY has, with fighting Scott Baio and fighting I'm blanking on Bischoff's partner right now.
Jason Hervey.
Thank you. Jason Hervey from the Wonder Years, and now having Ronnie have his back from the Jersey Shore, he's made the TV title a joke. And I think Robbie E. will make the belt just a little less of a joke if he takes it off of him. Austin Aries versus Jesse Sorensen versus Kid Cash in a 3-way dance for the X Division title. I got 4 words for you. Kid motherfucking Cash. Nothing against A-Double. Jesse Sorensen I'm not really digging, but nothing against A-Double. But Kid Cash needs that push. He is one of those X Division pioneers that laid the groundwork even before there was an X Division. You don't believe me? Go watch some original ECW footage. And then when TNA started, he was one of those guys there, along with like Jerry Lynn and AJ Styles and Loki, that really kind of helped pioneer TNA's X Division. Kid Cash needs this belt right now. If they are not going to give him the belt in the foreseeable future, I hate to say it, they may as well just get rid of him. Because Kid Cash will bring some prestige back to that belt. Bobby Roode versus AJ Styles for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Told you Wikipedia had it all funky and out of sorts. This is my problem with this match. This match was not even announced, to those that don't read spoilers, until the credits at the bottom of the screen were starting to roll on Impact for the go-home show for the pay-per-view. That is tomorrow. 3 days away from the event, this match was announced on TV. I have a little bit of an issue with that. It shows that the World Heavyweight title is not TNA's priority right now. And that fucking sucks. Especially when you got guys like Robert Roode and AJ Styles fighting for the belt that have busted their ass for the company. It shows how little faith the company really has in their originals, in the fact that this match just got made. Alrighty here. My phone is buffering real quick, so I'm going to go ahead and touch on another match that I know off the top. And that is Gail Kim versus Velvet Sky for the Knockouts Championship. It's about fucking time. I think I've made it pretty clear on this channel my feelings about Velvet Sky. And if you don't know my feelings, then you can go on YouTube and look up a song called No Pigeons from the band called Sporty Thieves. And that's kind of my feelings on Velvet Sky. I really hope, pray, and believe that Gail Kim is going to walk out of here with the belt. And if TNA is smart, they will let her go full-on heel with her next Impact promo, ripping WWE to shit like they usually let WWE cast-offs do, and go off about how Vince McMahon didn't have the foresight to make me the first woman in history to hold all the major championships when he could have. It took Mickey leaving the company and coming here to a company where she was the first Knockouts champion, Gail was, for that feat to be accomplished. And by having not only half of the Knockouts tag titles, but also the Knockouts championship, she would be proving the fact that she's still a champion quality contender, sending WWE the biggest fuck you that she could by having not one, but 2 straps. Let me see here. I actually have to punch in stuff again. Freaking phone botched on me. Sorry, guys. You've got a 6-man tag team match for the TNA tag team straps. Mexican America and Sarita teaming up to take on Ink and Toxin. And the straps can change hands, despite the females being in the match on this one. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think it's time for Ink to get the rub here. As gung-ho as I was about Mexican America getting the straps off of Beer Money, I think Mexican America has had them long enough now, and Ink has been chasing these straps for a while. I think Ink definitely deserves to get the push at this point, especially now that they've brought Toxin, Christina Von Eerie, into the fold. So that's my feelings on that one right there. Got Rob Van Dam versus the Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels. I'm calling match of the night right here. It's either going to be this one or Roode AJ, match of the night. I am so glad to see these two finally get a match on a big stage against each other. Their matches on Impact have been fine and good, but they had a match once upon a Neon Moon in a little company out here in SoCal called Ultimate Pro Wrestling. Go on to eBay, go on to Amazon, look for the DVD called UPW vs. the World, Volume 1. Rob Van Dam versus Christopher Daniels in a great, I think it was about 20-minute contest. And this is low production values, 1 camera, maybe 2 cameras shooting this match. It was a tremendous match. So I'm glad to see that these guys are finally getting a main event stage, if you will, to showcase what was an awesome indie match out here back in the day. Crimson versus Matt Morgan. Jeff personally doesn't get Crimson. I kind of dig Crimson. I think he's a cool talent. At the end of the day, this match is all about his undefeated streak, and his streak isn't going to end yet. It's not going to end just yet. They've had the opportunity to have Crimson fall to some monumental talents. and he's beaten them. No disrespect to Matt Morgan, but they're not going to have him end Crimson Streak. Wouldn't make any sense to. He's not a former world champion like Angle or Joe or AJ. He didn't have his own undefeated streak like Angle or Joe. So there's no point really in having Matt Morgan in the streak, in my opinion. So I'm calling Crimson on this one. And last but not least, my bathroom break match. Jeff Hardy versus Jeff Jarrett. This is the match that is actually listed at number 1 on Wiki, like it's the most important match of the night. It may be the most important match to Jeff Hardy, but I think that's the only person that this match is important to. Coming as an ex-Hardy fan, as I am, and someone who spent the night in his car to meet Jeff in Chula Vista, this is my bathroom match. I'm over Jeff Jarrett, and I'm over Jeff Hardy. They're going to give it to Hardy because this is all about his redemption. I mean, shit, his face is on the fucking poster for Turning Point. They're going to give the match to Jeff Hardy. But I really don't think they should. I think they should bury him for a while and make him job to people before they start giving him the push that he feels he deserves again. Because he done fucked up. If he hadn't fucked up so bad, I wouldn't have disowned him. A bunch of my friends that are Hardy fans wouldn't have disowned him. And I probably wouldn't be shit-talking him like I am right now. But from betting money, I'm still betting on Hardy. That's going to wrap up the TNA predictions. I want to give a brief mention. Next Saturday, a week from today, November 19th, Battleground Pro Wrestling presents November Pain at the Los Alamitos American Legion Hall, or BPW Arena. Stacked card of nothing but grudge matches right now. Virtually every match I have seen so far has got a stipulation. You've got Mikey Callahan versus BPW champion Rico Dynamite in I Quit match. You've got Robbie Phoenix and Tito Escondido, Robbie defending the Maximum Championship in a 2 out of 3 falls match. You've got Foob Dog versus Pinky in a strap match. You've got the new BPW Tag Team Champions, the Silverheart Radicals, defending their straps against the Black Knights in a Tornado Tag Team match. And you've got Joey Ryan defending the West Coast Wrestling Championship against B-Boy, who's also putting his Battleground Championship on the line. I forget which one he holds at this point. And against Famous B. Both belts are on the line. Meaning that if Joey wins, he's a double champion. If B-Boy wins, he's a double champion. If Famous B wins, unfortunately, he only gets the belt of the person he pinned. But Joey Ryan or B-Boy could walk out of there next week with 2 championships. So, I highly recommend any of my fans that watch this that are in the SoCal area come out to the Los Alamitos Legion Hall next Saturday. Hang out with me, hang out with Jeff, watch some kick-ass independent wrestling action. And until then, I'm the Renegade of Wrestling, J.J. Williams, and I will see you next time.